Oké, üdvözlök mindenkitől itt a Hogwarts Legacy végigjátszásában, folytasd is ott, ahol abba hagytuk. Ha jól emlékszek, lett egy rakat küldetésünk. Ja, van Talents pontunk. Good. Very good. Először a spelleket fogjuk megcsinálgatni ezekből. Akkor itt egy csomó minden van. Spell. Lesz még egy spell szettünk. Increase the rage. Ez is jó. Ez is jó. Hát ezek kellenek majd először a core. Run of requirement. Hát. Jó. Nézzük a questeket. Hú, te! Nézzük először ezt. Ez hova visz? Hogwartsba? Japp. Várjál már. Mik ezek a küldetések? Várjál már. Szóval menjünk el Hogsmeade-be. Adjuk fel ezt a két küldit. Mi ez a két küldetés? Küldetés, küldetés.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Bezzeg most nem látom, hogy hol van, he. Erre kimenjünk, azt már elvileg jelezni kéne majd neki. Tudtam, de tudtam, öcsém. Én azt mondtam én nektek, ha rossz fele lehet fordulni, két fele lehet fordulni, én tudja, hogy rossz fele fordulok.
Glad you came.
Sirona, mi bajod?
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Dolgos?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion.
Ó, persze, ingredienket fogunk összetevőket fogunk összeszedni.
In the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion.
Ja, ő árulja ezeket a healing potionokat.
Unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aiden was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade.
Ja, hát akkor ez ugyanazt mutatta, tehát akkor ja, ezek nem új küldetések voltak. Még mindig ezzel a térképpel én mindig bajba vagyok. Ó, menjünk ki oda, mert hát természetesen nincsen kikulcsolva semmi. Pampararam. Nem tudom, oda lehetne repülni, de annyira szép ez a terület, hogy...
Abandoned long ago.
Not worth the trouble if you thought we'd forget about that goblin helm you stole. Come back here. Dare slay one of my own? You will no.
My sand. Easy. Aha, itt van egy gyors utalási pont.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle? It's like a place right out of a story.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Itt is van egy küldi.
Upper Hogsfield has been terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. Is
Hello.
that right?
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused.
Ah, igen, akkor elvették tőle, amit összegyűjtött.
The rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Majd én megyek.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Baldolph and I grew
Mind a
up
ketten itt
here.
nőttek fel, ez az otthonuk.
We are standing firm. Once my brother returns, Then we shall decide what to do next. He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Ja, na fossál már. Mindig csak fosol. Itt van a varázspálcánk. Ja, come in here, itten vagyok, come in here.
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
One less human to worry about. How nice of you to stop. Over here!
Whoa.
I won't rest. I will make you. I won't rest. You're dead.
You've one less follower, Ranrock.
Ja.
One camp down, one more to go. Revelio.
Wingweed Potion. Hogy be voltak itt rendezkedve, hát?
Regret coming here.
You won't get away with that.
One less human to worry about. Such arrogant. Oh, you think you're so clever. This is where you will fail. Stop avoiding me. I won't rest. Dead.
Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that. Revelio.
Jó. Nem tartott marha sokáig. Egyéb iránt.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had my dark wizard.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
It was harrowing, and they dug in their heels, but I managed.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten.
Helyes.
Pray for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Jó. Oké. Dorothy.
Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph. Only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep.
Milyen ajánlatot tett
Shame,
nekik?
really. With Ranrock's camps cleared out, I have a feeling he'd have given up on dark magic altogether.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help
Mondok, szóval itt ő adott is egy küldit, meg ő is egy, akivel beszélnünk kell a másik küldéhez.
I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
This looks intriguing.
Megnézzük, mi történt a csákóval.
Is that in Phoenix when he would have
A csávónak a holtteste.
Revelio. An entry from Bardolph's journal. He overheard whispers, a plan, something to do with him.
Most megint én is kijelölve. Istenem, bazd meg. Na.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Claire. Nem, ez a Claire.
I do hope my brother is...
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Bardolph? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph! Bardolph! My dear, dear brother!
Jó, ez megvan. Úgyhogy megértünk végre ide. Tudjuk hol van, úgyhogy nem kell antrakkolni.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their...
Meg, hogy szedtünk össze ilyen gombákat.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern.
Akkor meg el kell menni megkeresni.
You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. charming, good head on her
Mindenkiről
shoulders,
gondoskodott,
taking care of us
mindenkiről gondoskodott,
taking care
elbűvölő
of
volt.
everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Tudtam, hogy nekünk kell megkeresni a barlangba. Hello.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Nyugodjál meg.
Betting on the dragon fight was the best decision I've made yet.
Leave the hawk lumps to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Serona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more. Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Már rég odaadtuk neki.
Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Depulso. Confringo.
Lett valami új kesztyünk, végre valami hasznos. Nézzük is meg. Ja, csak majd 21-es szintnél tudjuk viselni.
Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll.
Okay.
Rest easy, my large friend. Revelio.
Mi van itt?
Revelio.
Gomba? Oké. Hopkin Chopkin.
This must be Sorona's box of letters. I should take this box of letters to Sorona. I think that's everything. Sorona will be glad to have this back.
Hirónának az Hogsmeade-ben van. Jó kis küldetések ezek.
I saw what you did! Ha! I have no tolerance for thieves!
Still talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made...
Hello, Sorona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
Quidditch-ezett?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher.
Tapasztalat az egy megfizethetetlen tanár.
It's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
Igen, együtt sok hülyeséget
She
csináltatok.
taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories. I'll say it
Nice.
again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
Jó. Oké. Akkor van még egy, ami nem fölküldi. Ő Hogsmeade-be van. Illetve a kastélyba, bocsánat.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst.
Gondolom keressük
Should I
meg.
be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right.
Megkeressük.
Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking
Ja,
care
akkor
of him.
a lány miért csinálja, azért vállalt ezt a veszélyt, hogy tudja fizetni a tanulmányait.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5.
Az
Uncle
kemény.
Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember.
5 éves
He
kora
knows I
óta a
get
nagybátyja
anxious when
neveli.
he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. It's never been this long. I just know something's happened.
Púcsú, ide elmenjünk.
Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river.
Akkor szerintem a paukicákkal harcolnak, na hát hagyj harcoljanak. Hát most elmegy gyalog. Bent van valami. 3 arany.
this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Renrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
I am discreet.
Yeah, another human. Not quite. You look tired. Couldn't bring that. That was meant for me. You can't stop us. Not quite.
Find out what happened here.
Whoa. Facevering. Oh. Pillanat türelmet. Még vannak hát. Nem tudom, kik azok.
Revelio.
Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
Hát van meg. Minek kell megint ilyen küldetést adni, ezt megint videó után fogjuk megnézni. Ami ennek a neve? Oh, The Tale of Rowland Oakesh.
You can start the Tale of Roland Oak side quest here in the Transfiguration books. And we are going to go and try quest, go open your map, travel to the marker, and it's going to be Roland's campsite. Once you've cleared all the goblins, and you're going to clear a lot of goblins during this mission, once you clear it, we're going to locate the map, and we need to decipher the location from the map, and that is probably why you're here, so we're going to just kind of cut right all to it. Okay, so we are actually not far from the treasure location. Not really a treasure. I guess Roland would be considered treasure. But we're going to go to the spot just southwest of our current location. Down there you see...
Aha. Megvan, hova megyünk. Ide.
Rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree. A crooked tree, just as the map said. A crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here. What do we have here?
As if you expect
Goodness. I may have more luck higher up in the keep.
your spells glance off of me.
A ladder. That's what I need.
That's stupid.
Revelio.
Na nézzük.
What will we find in here?
Ha, mindjárt kiderítsük.
Revelio.
Simán a aranyunk is lesz.
What am I doing here? You are terrible.
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on.
Level 1-es lock, nem akadály.
Revelio.
Ja.
friends are now, don't I?
The human's word is worthless. It brings the ogres that metal me were prophets.
Good for you. Your acrobatics will
Are you quite finished?
Boiler door. How to open it?
Whoa. Good. Nekem meg viszont el kell mennem WC-re. Sajnos, úgyhogy ezt itt el fogom menteni. Úgyhogy köszönöm szépen, hogy itt voltatok velem. Sziasztok!